What's up, people? It's your boy Jatwa, and I'm here today in Kerbal Space Program. Now, this is the start of the community career mode, and I don't know if I'm going to select any of these quite yet. I don't really like these at the moment, so we're just going to go ahead and ignore these and go ahead and do something else for now. So let's get some missions going. We're gonna need some easy, nice, quick missions to start. But we're using giving aircraft a purpose, which adds in several additional mods and missions that we can actually accomplish here. So we're gonna go ahead and select a few of these SSI ones, because these are the ones that give you the parts that you need to start, and also will give you the missions to give aircraft more of a purpose. There are some stunts that come along with it as well, like parachuting out, so I had to get another mod in order to let me do that, but we're not going to do those just yet. Right now we're just going to grab a bunch of these get a part mods until I'm almost out of money or funds, and then we're going to try whatever first two missions I think we need to do to get started. So, I think I need all these. I don't know if I have enough cash remaining to do too much else. So we may just have to grab some missions, generate some funds, and then proceed on. Build a rover and drive to beacons. I just wanted to show you this first mission that we undertake because it gets to show you how we interact with these beacons. And I am utilizing these beacons via a mod called Waypoint Manager, which lets me select them on the fly without having to go to the map to select them. I kind of like that a lot better, so I keep an active view on what's going on. That's going to be very important in later missions. So we're just going to fly through all this real quick, and you can see as we go to each waypoint, it is knocked off the list of things that we need to accomplish and disappears from my screen, which is absolutely fantastic. Once again, that mod is called Waypoint Manager, and it has various delightful additional things that it can do in managing your waypoints. I love the fact that it gives you a big pipper, but it does kind of get in the way when you are trying to balance out a craft. Build your first aircraft. This is a pretty simple mission, and we're going to take this one on. And the reason I say this is really simple is because I build a ton of aircraft, so I'm going to lean on one of my favorites from using fire spitter parts and build a really extremely maneuverable early on aircraft that's using 2 biplane propellers and can stay in the air for around about 38 minutes or so. We got plenty of flight time. This aircraft is going to be the backbone of my early missions, so I can reuse this design over and over again because I know how well balanced this particular craft is. I really enjoy this one because it is kind of a stunt plane, but it handles so well that I can include passengers, and it also keeps my part count very low so I can come in under 30 parts. That is always my main concern starting off right now. Now, this craft has the ability to fly base to base depending on the base, because it cannot fly exceptionally far because of course we're using the biplane engine. Max speed on this thing is probably around 80 meters per second, which is not very fast. So what we're gonna do is finish building this monstrosity and then take it out for our first flight. We don't have many wheels available to us, so we're gonna have to use the wheels that don't particularly connect very well, but we can also use the remaining skid as the tail, so that way we can not have to drag anything behind us. So let's finish this beast on up. Alright, so if you're not familiar with these biplane propellers, if they impact the ground, they will bounce your aircraft in every which direction. So you do not, I repeat, do not want that to happen, because it will be very, very bad. But we're off the ground pretty quickly because this design has a ton of lift, so it's not a problem. So we're just going to take this craft for a quick flight and come back and land. We've already completed some accomplishments and set some new records. So it's going to capture science, 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 and then come down for a landing. So come to find out that the mission that I was doing there and that I successfully landed actually did not count because I didn't land and stop anywhere. I actually did a splashdown. Very important to get that all completed successfully. So we are back in the air. We're coming back down for a skid stop landing. So let's bring this on in. This bird needs to keep the nose up as much as possible because if those propellers hit the ground, we're going to go bouncing every which direction and destroy our aircraft, which we do not want. I repeat, do not want. So I need to touch my tail down as gently as possible. That skid stop can take plenty of damage, but we're still going to bounce around a bit, but that's okay. Just got to kill engines, press down, and we'll come to a successful stop and recover Jeb, and we are successful. So there you go. That's another lesson. Pay attention to the missions. Carry 2 tourists for a flight and parachute a volunteer. We're going to go right back to PL1 because PL1 so far has been pretty beast in our task for today. And we're going to select a volunteer to go parachuting and add, since we already have those 2 additional seats, we can pretty much just do this mission as is. Let's drop in our 2 tourists, or our 1 tourist, and then, well, we need to add in Val, who is going to be our volunteer, and a parachute. So let's get our bird into position. We have to be 2,500 feet into meters into the air, so we're just gonna take on off, accelerate on up to the top here, and get into positions for our Kerbal to bravely jump from our aircraft and hopefully land successfully. So this is where people need to start crossing their fingers because I've never tested this mod out, and I don't know if I used the right parachute. Anyone know? Probably should not have used the red shirt parachute. Probably should not have used the red shirt parachute. But nonetheless, we are ready to deploy. So Val, if you would please step on off the aircraft and prepare yourself for a parachuting. My initial intent was to actually roll the craft, but I had forgotten to do that, so a little nervous. Boink! Okay, so we equip the chute, we deploy the chute, we have to quickly get back to our aircraft. So it looks like it's going to be successful, but okay, so now what I need to do here is stay around her because I don't want to escape I don't want her to become unloaded. So I'm not sure if it will unload what's going to happen to that mission, and I don't have the physics extender, so I don't know how bad this could be. So what we're going to do is fly around her a few times and make sure that she lands successfully. After many a close calls, we almost clip her a few times, which would have probably not been the greatest thing for the mission. Good news is we did not clip her, and it seems like the parachute is working as intended. And also, my airplane is working better than intended. So I think the latest modifications have improved the maneuverability quite a bit, and I am thrilled at the recent enhancements that I have made here. All for the glory of JDSA and Kerbal. If you believe all that, at least. With her touching down successfully, that means we can head on home. Mission completed. Hopefully completed. It seems like it's completed, so we'll find out once we are able to jump back to Val and see if everything worked properly. It seems like it did, so I'm very hopeful. Once again, let's come to a quick skid stop with our plane, and always terrifying, always scary, but always very dependable. A touchdown. So, where's Val? Val's fine. Backpack still stable on her back. Parachute test successful. Let's go ahead and recover her mission success. So, it is all up to you, those in the community that are glad. I'm glad to have you on board with this community career mode. We are now all within the same corporation. Welcome to JDSA. We're gonna pick what mission to do next, and pick your 3 missions you would like to see. Put it in the comments down below, and let's see which missions we are going to tackle next. Until next time, I will catch you guys in the next video. It's your boy Juan, and I'm out. Peace.